I surrender to the Almighty my mind, speech and body. Vanakkam. We are here to explore the book called Thirukkural, written by Thiruvalluvar. It is a book that talks about the aram for the conduct of human life. In the previous videos, we saw that Thiruvalluvar used his Yoga Kachi to give us Thirukkural, and it is Agama Pramanam and holds 100% truth in it. Before we get into the book, I have to introduce to you a scholar named Parimel Alagar. We will be using his commentaries to understand Thirukkural. Why do we need someone's commentaries to understand Thirukkural? Why not just read it ourselves, and why Parimel Alagar? I will be answering these questions in this session. I had mentioned earlier that Tamil scholars were people of few words. They didn't want to waste their time or resources, so they packed a ton of information in just a few lines. And I had mentioned that there are ways in Tamil grammar to do that. Now, most of the Tamil literature is in the form of poetry, and in poetry, a meter is the basic rhythmic structure of the lines. And there are well established rules in Tamil grammar for the different rhythmic patterns. And one such meter is called as the Venba. And a subset of the Venba is the Kural Venba. The Kural Venba is one of the most important forms of classical Tamil poetry. It is also the most difficult and sophisticated structure of writing poems. It is a very short poetic form and has only 2 lines or a couplet. The first line has 4 words and the second line has 3. Thirukkural, as the name suggests, is composed in this Kural Venba format. There are a total of 1330 Kurals, and each Kural or a couplet has 4 words in the first line and 3 words in the second line. So only someone who is well versed in grammar and Tarkam, which is the analytical part of Tamil literature, can extract the correct meaning of Thirukkural. So as time went by, people found it difficult to understand Thirukkural. And 500 years after Thirukkural was written, there was a need for an explanation of Thiruvalluvar's work. Many learned people came forth and wrote commentaries on Thirukkural, but one scholar among them stood out, and his name is Parimel Alagar. His explanations are read even today, and our teacher Ayya teaches his students through Parimel Alagar's commentaries. There is a good reason why we chose Parimel Alagar's commentaries. Parimel Alagar's knowledge and experience about Aram is the same as that of Thiruvalluvar's, and they both had a deeper connection. What do I mean by a deeper connection? You see, communication helps us to connect with each other. When I am able to successfully convey an idea in my mind to you without any distortions, then communication is said to be complete. At the very basic level, we use language to exchange ideas. Communication in any language happens through the exchange of words, right? Words help to carry the meaning. For example, the word mom, mummy, momia, amma, these are all different words, but they refer to the same meaning, which is mother. So while there are differences in the words across languages, the meaning is the same. So when we move to the meaning of the word, we are getting rid of some language differences. But have we eliminated all differences? No. When we think of mom, an English speaking woman wearing western clothes comes to our mind. The word amma could trigger an image of a South Indian lady wearing a sari. Momia may trigger an image of a Spanish mother. So even after reaching the meaning of the word, the differences still remain in communication. Now, what if we move from the meaning of the word mother to the feeling of motherhood? We now connect with warm and loving, caring feelings and emotions, right? Whether it is an American, Indian, Chinese or Spanish motherhood, we are able to relate to the same unconditional love when we think of motherhood, don't we? And that feeling of motherhood is universal. And now all the differences are gone. So when we are able to connect with a person at not only the meaning but at the emotional and feeling level as well, then most of the communication problems are eliminated. There is no need for even words. I'll tell you how. When a group of close friends are chatting among themselves, they will have many code words among them which might not make any sense to someone outside the group. But because they are connected at a deeper level, sometimes even a simple glance could mean many things, like check it out or be warned, let's get out of here. So in Tamil, there is a word called unarvu. Unarvu. Roughly translated, it can mean emotion. And when you connect with a person at the unarvu, then the communication is complete and even words become redundant. So to sum it up, communication has differences at the level of words. Some differences are dropped when we move to the meaning, and all the differences are dropped when we go to the unarvu or the emotion. And when two people are united at the unarvu level, there will be no corruption in the exchange of ideas. It is believed that Thiruvalluvar and Parimelazhagar were connected at the level of unarvu. When we read Thirukkural, if we don't understand a word, we may have to look into a dictionary to find a meaning. We go from the word to the meaning. But because Parimelazhagar and Thiruvalluvar are connected at the unarvu, Parimelazhagar knows exactly what Valluvar was thinking when composing Thirukkural, so he can extract more meaning from the words that Valluvar used. While we have to go from the word to the meaning, Parimelazhagar moves from the meaning to the words. And that is the difference between us reading Thirukkural on our own and using Parimelazhagar's commentaries. He is the best, and that's why we need him. Why do I say that he is the best? Ummapadi Sivacharyar was a respected Tamil poet and scholar of the 13th century. In one of his poems, he writes that there are 6 books which one must read if one wants to become a Tamil scholar. Those 6 books are Thirukkural, Thiruvasagam, Tolkappiyam, Parimelazhagar's Urai or commentaries, Periya Puranam, and Sivagnana Siddhiyar. Interestingly, 5 of them are original books, and Parimelazhagar's Urai or commentaries is the only commentary for a main book. Urai means explanation of a main book or the commentaries. So this tells us that reading Parimelazhagar's Urai will give a knowledge that is equivalent to reading one of the main books. Whether we become great scholars in Tamil or not, one thing is sure, we will excel in our lives when we read Thirukkural. Also, the Tamils had their own set of criteria to decide who is a good teacher. There is a Suthiram in Tamil grammar that lists the qualities of a best teacher and the qualities of a terrible teacher. I will tell you about it now. Tamil poems usually use similes to explain things. A simile is a figure of speech that directly compares two things. And in Tamil, a simile is called as uvamai. So there is a Suthiram in grammar that says a good teacher should possess qualities like a mountain, the earth, a balance, and a flower. What does that mean? Does it mean that the teacher has to be big and have a mountain-like appearance? No, let me explain. What they mean is, see, when we see a tall, big mountain in front of us, we feel, wow, we are impressed and even dumbfounded on seeing its height and the size. And that's how a student should feel when she sees the knowledge of the teacher. A teacher should make herself so knowledgeable that he or she is able to impress a student like how a mountain would impress us. The second simile is the earth. Here the quality of patience of the earth is used. The teacher should be patient with the student. The earth bears every kind of life. So that's how a teacher should be patient with her students. She may come across any kind of student, but he or she is expected to be patient like the earth. The third simile used is the balance. A good teacher is expected to be fair and treat her students equally regardless of the social status, the color, race, gender and all other differences. And finally, a teacher should be cheerful as how we would feel when we see a beautiful flower, a divine happiness or a cheerful demeanor. When someone is passionate about the subject and is knowledgeable, such a character becomes natural. And such a teacher will automatically command the respect of a student. Tamil grammar also lists 4 qualities of a terrible teacher. Here also we have 4 similes. The first one is called as the Kalarpai Kudam. Kalarpai Kudam. It is a Tamil word and refers to a pot. In those days, children used to play with the seeds of a particular fruit. These seeds will be smooth like a marble and the seeds will be stored in a pot called as a Kalarpai Kudam. Now, when the seeds are dropped in the pot one by one, the seeds will reach the bottom of the pot but will settle down in a random manner regardless of the order in which the seeds were thrown. And when you empty the pot, all the seeds will be splattered in a random manner. Similarly, some teachers may not have taken in their knowledge in an orderly fashion, and so when they give their knowledge to students, they will also scatter it in a similar random manner. And this will be very difficult for the students to grasp. The students will struggle. So even though the teacher may have a lot of knowledge, it will not be of much use to the students. The second comparison is to something called as the Parutti Kundigai. Parutti Kundigai. In those days, they used to store cotton in the rind or the hard skin of a bottle gourd. Because of the nice bottle-like shape, the cotton would not fly away, and that is why it was used to store cotton. But because of the narrow neck, it is very difficult to stuff the cotton in and even tougher to take it out. Similarly, some teachers will struggle to learn a concept and it will be an even tougher task for the students to get anything useful out of the teacher. And that is a bad quality of a teacher. The third quality is described using a palm tree. A fully grown palm tree will have its leaves so randomly spread out that it will be very difficult for someone to climb and pluck its fruits. Only those fruits that fall accidentally by itself can be of use to people. Similarly, some very knowledgeable teachers will hesitate to give their knowledge when the students needs it. Very rarely will the teacher offer her knowledge, and that's not going to be of great use for the students. The last comparison is to that of a bent coconut tree. In some houses, the coconut trees will be so bent that it will bear fruits in the neighbor's house. So similarly, some teachers will not teach the students in class, but they will only teach the students in their private tuitions. So these 4 qualities are defined as those of a terrible teacher. I guess we can all evaluate ourselves using these criteria. Now coming back to Thirukkural, the unarvu of Thirukkural or the emotion of Thirukkural is aram. So even though Thirukkural is written in a different language than what you may be used to, it is possible for us to move from the Tamil words to the meaning and from the meaning to the unarvu with the help of Parimezhazhar. There is no need to memorize the Kurals. Just connecting with the emotion of aram is all that is needed. You see, when we drink coffee from a cup, we discard the cup after drinking the coffee. The purpose of the cup is only to hold the coffee. Similarly, the purpose of the Tamil words is only to carry the meaning. And once we reach the meaning, the words can be forgotten. And once we grasp the unarvu, the meaning can also be forgotten and communication is complete. And our Guru tells us that when we set out to learn something from a book, we should learn to absorb it from the point of view of the author. We may have several ideas ourselves about the topic, but all of that should be kept aside. We should attempt to see what the author's viewpoint is first. And the way to do that would be to empty our minds and try to connect with the author at the unarvu. So I will finish off here and let us strive to empty our minds and approach the book with an open mindset. Thank you for listening. Nandri Vanakkam.